What's up, collective? This and that tarot. Back with another general reading. Somebody said they can write a book on how you make it feel. What is this? This for the love in you by I don't know his name. What's his name? Shalimar. Y'all might not know nothing about Shalimar, but yeah, this is for the love in you. Somebody want to give you a ring. I don't know if this is like a promise ring. You know how some people, give promise rings before they, when they at a certain age or something. I don't know if people still give promise rings. That might be a thing of the past. That might be before some of y'all time. But yeah, somebody want to give you a ring. But and he's saying this time we're gonna make it last forever. They saying they never met a girl, that satisfied their mental and their physical needs. Yeah. Somebody think about you when they go to sleep too. Try not to get into this message. Listen. You might want to listen to that For the Love in You by Shalimar. But listen to that song in its entirety. All right. But so far in the cards that I done pulled, somebody is, let's just say, being fair with transparency. Because you got making it rain. Like somebody could have been hustling, they could have been in their bag, like working a lot, Eight of Pentacles. They could have been making it rain. They could have been, money is the mission. You know what I'm saying? They could have been building their finances, and I feel like somebody got caught up with not being able to balance that. And I feel like with the justice and the temperance out here clarifying that, like somebody, is looking at the cause and effect of why something has caused a separation because you got the Three of Pentacles. I mean, the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this could have caused a separation. Could have pissed somebody off. Could have caused somebody to go through a loss, some tears, some heartbreak. You know, um, yeah, something caused a separation that had something to do with somebody being in their bag. And with the temperance out here is given, somebody was not, like somebody being fair about, you know what I'm saying, taking accountability, looking at it from both sides, you know what I'm saying, and realizing how somebody could have felt because somebody was so focused, so busy doing, being about their money or getting their money up and stuff like that, that they didn't make time for anything else or anybody else, or didn't realize just how much they were neglecting a connection, like putting in the work or putting in the time or not having time. And I feel like time and this person not being available was what caused a separation. You know what I'm saying? It caused a lot of heartbreak. It caused somebody to break somebody's heart. And this could have been a betrayal. This person could have, been, so much in their bag that maybe, they would entertaining, other people and stuff like that. I don't know, child. But so far I got the justice, and the temperance clarifying that you got kissing ass out here. You got ignoring. You got Queen Rising. So you could be glowing up right now, man or woman. Um, Glowing up loud. You could be, all eyes on her. Like you could be in your bag yourself right now. You could be doing your big one. You could be, working on whatever you're working on, coming out of, the woodwork with something. You could be brand new, getting started in something, the entrepreneur. So take it how it resonate. You may not be actually doing it right now. You may be making plans, formulating a strategy or whatever, a business plan, business idea. Um, yeah. but somebody was, possibly like feeling like they kissing ass or somebody was, but we gonna clarify. But so far, I've been, I clarified the hustling, but it caused a separation. It's caused some type of heartbreak. Maybe it's some type of betrayal, some emotional pain behind this. Right behind the three of swords, it's the ten of cups to the fool, to the devil. Okay, so this separation could have could have resulted in somebody having to go through a loss when it came to a ten of cups, or somebody going toward their ten of cups. All right, whether this is a family, what I'm saying, situation, or this is some emotional stability for somebody. To take this leap of faith, to go on a new journey, to take a new path, or just the desire to start new. You know what I'm saying? And with the devil out here to the strength, like somebody knows they got some issues, with materialistic, views, maybe, they stuck in their ways, they got some bad habits, some, outdated views or ways of thinking. They may have a lifestyle, some addictions, that they need to be, that they're aware of. It has gotten in the way, and them not being balanced. You know what I'm saying? But the temperance out here not cooperating, possibly with a damn earth angel. Because I feel like somebody was like put on somebody's path or in somebody's life to like help awaken them or redirect them or get them on the right path. I feel like, and I feel like this is something that this person needed, but at the time, this person was so focused on material things. Even if you ain't materialistic at all, you know what I'm saying? This is something, on a personal level. What's the temperance by itself? Clarify this temperance by itself with hustling. What's the temperance by itself with hustling? A tower. Just a tower. And you got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Leo energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be any sign because I feel like somebody definitely, got some air or water like placements in their chart, or somebody dealing with an air or water sign. They could have fire in their chart. Um, yeah, but this is somebody that's taking accountability though. You know what I'm saying? This is like somebody possibly, getting clarity as to what it was that they missed, they missed the boat on, like somebody missed the point, the big picture, like what really mattered. And with transparency, it's like somebody, having that open discussion to talk about something um openly, in a safe place, in a safe way, without being judged and nothing like that, but sharing views, back and forth with, how to effectively, makes, how to effectively address and express, your feelings about something, and a healthier way to go about, resolving an issue, or speaking up about it or something like that. But that's that transparency I'm talking about. And that's why that temperance is out here. It's like somebody having to find better ways to um cooperate, you know what I'm saying, to solutions to things. You know what I'm saying? Like find a healthier way to um express something, you know what I'm saying, openly without using material things to do that. Like if you really care about somebody and you just, like, man, I just want to make sure they got everything they need, this, and this. Yeah, don't just, go lead with that. Don't just leave it at that. Let that person know like what you got going on and where you see something going or why you doing something the way you doing it and where they fit in, with that. Like what you need them to understand about this, what you need them to know about, your lesson plan, you know what I'm saying, your strategy, but in a safe way, you know what I'm saying, without it looking like it's an argument, without it looking like you being, you know, domineering, you know what I'm saying, controlling in some way. But with the tower out here is giving, like some intense, like sudden change. This could have been a painful loss. You know what I'm saying? With the three of swords, especially if this person saw you at, a four of wands, a 10 of cups. Like if they, saw you being, by their side with, stability and a family that, a healthy family. Like this is somebody that wanted that. They may have been, working toward that, building, a good foundation, trying to get off to a good start with you or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is them, could have been dealing with some chaos and dealing with, how something would have been if they would have made some sudden change. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like some sudden change happened anyway. Like this brought on a tower. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so this person could be dealing with some car issues and stuff like that, like some. But you got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You got the Three of Wands right behind that to the Five of Cups. Yeah, and the King of Cups in reverse behind it. So yeah, this person, they may have put themselves into work, or um, yeah, somebody is a visionary. Like somebody, they saw themselves, they saw what they were working towards, but it's like somebody was so focused on material things, like having certain lifestyle they wanted. You know what I'm saying, or being with somebody, or a certain image they wanted to have. You know what I'm saying, or a certain image they were trying to live up to, some expectation. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that, and it's like, okay, but you need to find a better solution. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to cooperate with your person. You know what I'm saying? With the universe, with your spirit team. You don't need to be out here just you know uh making it, you know what I'm saying? Like I hear just, thinking it just is coming to you like that, and you don't have to make some type of healthier, you know what I'm saying? Make some healthy choices. You know what I'm saying? If you want that, you're not gonna be able to get that and keep that and see where it's going if you recklessly spend it and trying to keep up with the Joneses, or thinking that somebody need to have this lavish lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but yeah, you got the King of Wands, but somebody, coming off as somebody that's like a protector. You know what I'm saying? But they finding a direction now. This is somebody that's moving forward. New opportunities. They taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's gonna take a chance. Five of Cups. They could want to, resolve some issues. Between you and them. This is a disappointment for this person, because they, came off as somebody untrustworthy. They showed you, they came off to you as somebody untrustworthy. You know what I'm saying? Unproductive, but also um, emotional turbulence. Like somebody may have been like having issues with expressing their emotions. You know what I'm saying? But this is, somebody that maybe, lacked that ambition, to focus. You know what I'm saying? When it came to bad, um, decision making, misdirected activity. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody ain't got their money right or something like that, like they take it out on the wrong person, or they end up going, they end up doing things that, or finding themselves in situations that is only the result of them, being frustrated about, how something is going or ain't going, or how somebody responding to something they doing or something like that. It's just that lack. Okay. Clarify the temperance with the tower. Clarify the temperance with the tower. But you got Libra out here, and Aries, Leo, Sage, and you got the Judgment out here now. So this person, is aware, you know what I'm saying? They could want to be forgiven, but they doing some reflecting, and reflecting is out here. It could be feeling like it's too late to say they sorry, moving forward. But you got the Six of Cups in reverse now, the bottom of the deck, Scorpio energy, Chariot in reverse. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that was stuck in the past. Like this is a person that, now, is looking at how, to be more mature about a situation. Like leaving that old version of themselves behind. You know what I'm saying? Making new memories, being more mature about a situation. You know what I'm saying? But with the Chariot, this is like somebody that lost their direction, like somebody lacked direction at the time. They had no control over a situation. Like somebody, that's something that they was living like, and people that they were trying to live like because of or around, or like trying to present themselves to, or how they were trying to be seen around other people. Like somebody, hmm, like they lack some kind of self discipline or something like that. Like they could have been dealing with people that, was like playing on their vices or whatever. It could have been people that, that just was entertaining like they low vibrational interests and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a pay to play, you know what I'm saying? It could have been, in their bag. But I feel like they would have been dealing with people that was giving to them. But, they could have had a job and stuff like that, but they was hustling. You know what I'm saying? Whether they was getting it from other people, and or doing things, that they went back to in the past that they, probably still do. When it comes to, some fast, quick money or whatever, whether they're getting it from somebody or making it off of other people or whatever the case may be. But it's like somebody doing things that they know they gonna try to save face in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be looked at like I'm a pussy, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So they kind of stick around, try to stick something out, in the back of somebody's mind. It's like, man, that person finna. I know I hurt that person hard. I know that person pissed with me. I know I pissed them off. You know what I'm saying? I know, damn, I to make this person cry through your soul. It's like, fuck. It's like that. Clarify kissing ass. Clarify kissing ass. What's that about? What's this kissing ass out here for? What's that about? Mm-mm. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Yeah, you got the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, to the Eight of Cups in reverse. Water and earth out here with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Towards, listen, somebody saying I just got paid, baby. Got money in my pocket. But yeah, somebody want to come in with some consistency. You know what I'm saying? They could be want to kiss your ass if they got to, because this person got some flowers. They could come in with some flowers. They want to cooperate with you, Three of Pentacles, and this person, possibly feels like, um, it's like, could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be a Pisces, but this is somebody that, was stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like in the past, this person, maybe had some travel issues. They could have had some car trouble because car drama is out here. They could have been in danger of having their car repoed, always asking for a ride, or they was too broke to fix it. Maybe they had some money issues, or somebody they was with had money issues. Somebody, had some financial difficulties, some, issues with that, or they had somebody that was constantly asking for a ride or something like that. But this is like also, them, looking at the fact that they stayed in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have been, around other people, helping other folks, or entertaining somebody, at the time that, that was maybe given to them, even though they may have been working too as well. But this is also, a good provider. This is somebody, could be in a big D energy. Got the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the World, Nine of Cups in reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles, yeah. So somebody, they find in balance now. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. When it comes to them, possibly, looking at some type of celebration, or, just wanting to travel or some, unity. Like somebody could want to travel. If you stay at a distance with this person, yeah, somebody want to, balance something out. You know what I'm saying? And try to, go after, what it is that they, you know what I'm saying? Somebody want to start over. You know what I'm saying? But this is them underachieving. Like this is an overindulgence of, things that this person, thought was fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? Things that they had got into, um, different things that this person was, entertaining themselves with and stuff like that, and just spending. You know what I'm saying? And really, you was just self-efficient. Like if this person was trying to achieve all this success, and I'm trying to build a business, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and you sit over here self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? And this person missed the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This is, with the Ace of Cups, it's giving somebody crown. You know what I'm saying? Was compromised. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that was they had a creativity block. Like somebody was not seeing something, properly, and it was like, probably was the ending of a relationship that now they feel, like they want to give up. You know what I'm saying? Or something, especially if you ended something with this person, because of, how things was going emotionally with you and this person, even though there may have been some type of, pull, magnetic, pull between you and this person, it's still, it's given like somebody just felt overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like this person could have made you feel like you had this lack of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Or they did. They had this lack of how, something would go, especially, if they didn't have what they felt like other people wanted them to have or felt like they needed to have, to have you in their life or something like that, or to, live up to other people's expectations, you know what I'm saying, or trying to impress folks that don't even give a fuck about them for real. Clarify this Eight of Cups in reverse with kissing ass. Yeah, King of Wands. Somebody want to come in like they your protector, but Two of Swords in reverse. Like somebody, could feel like this, like you're gonna feel like they may feel like you're gonna be indecisive, like you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it came to this person awakening with this justice in the in this temperance and the tower out here, I feel like this person going through an awakening is like, especially, when it comes to them actually cooperating, not just with the universe, but with their spirit team and stuff like that, and with you finding better solutions, when it comes to what they going after and stuff like that, like doing something on their own, being more creative, thinking for themselves and not listening to other people telling them how to get something, or involving other people in whatever it is they doing. I feel like they got to deal with certain people, just to get to where they going. You know what I'm saying? Or get it, out of anybody else. You know what I'm saying? With strings attached and all this stuff. And oh man, I want to piss them off because if I go this way with the collective, they're gonna be like this, they're gonna be thinking this, they're gonna try to do that, this, that, and the third. It's like that. Because now somebody's looking at, how somebody might see them, and you may be, kind of hesitant with this person, or they like this with you. Okay, but this is like somebody feeling like you emotionally detached from them, like somebody don't feel like you give a damn no more, for real. Yeah, like you ain't checking on their ass no more, for real. Like they feel like y'all got some unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? Because this was somebody that, really didn't put in a whole lot of work with you, but they put in a whole lot of work when it came to finances. You know what I'm saying? A certain kind of lifestyle they were trying to have. People they were trying to impress. You know what I'm saying? People they felt like they needed to um show out for. You know what I'm saying? Show off with and shit. But that's what this card drama, is going on. because I feel like this is, clarify card drama. What's that about? Clarify card drama. What this card drama got something to do with? Yeah, somebody want to tell you the truth about some Seven of Swords fell out on the floor. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Sage, Aquarius energy with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Somebody want to, they taking responsibility for whatever this is, but I feel like they want to, they turning over a new leaf. They could want to, tell you the truth about, what was going on with their situation with that. Um, yeah, Ten of Wands in reverse to the Emperor. Could be a father figure. They could have kids, may not, with you, but they could have had some financial disputes, when it came to, they find their stability, family conflicts, even, you know what I'm saying, or some family burdens they may have been dealing with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse that may have gotten in the way, of y'all having, this separation. You know what I'm saying? You having this distrust with them. Somebody in this family may have caused you to had them, not trusting you or doing things, coming at you or handling the connection between you and them in a way to where there's a trust issue now. Maybe they were telling this person not to trust you. I don't know, child, but it's some truth being revealed about something. Clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse. Clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse with this card drama. What's the Seven of Swords in reverse with card drama? What's that Seven of Swords in reverse? The truth being revealed, taking responsibility, taking accountability. What's the Seven of Swords in reverse about? Clarify the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Got the Sun in reverse with the King of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck now. So yeah, they could, be wanting to tell you about, how they feel there's something, or, if they had some delays because it is what these delays, had to do with, when it came to this car drama. They may have got their car repoed or something like that because of their finances or something like that, or they was having to, balance out, where they, how reckless they was with spending or some type of lifestyle, certain type of car, or that they had that they, could barely afford to, hold on to or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had to let a car go back because of, you know, them needing to, find a better way to go about, resolving the issue. Maybe they, went half with somebody co-signed for them or something like that. And they, having to put up with dealing with that person because they helped them get this car or something like that. Maybe they got involved with this person because they, was able to, what I'm saying, benefit them in some way with transportation. Or maybe somebody, was the reason why somebody was able to get back and forth to work. Maybe there's somebody co-signed for them or something like that, maybe. Don't have to be. All right. But this is them delays that this person got going on or had going on is the reason why this person, want to, confess some things to you. Maybe they didn't want to in the past and didn't know how, without feeling some type of lack. You know what I'm saying? Like a failure, especially if they saw you to be self-sufficient, self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't need them for anything, but this person may, find it hard to let somebody know, like, hey, I'm going through something or whatever the case may be. All right, but you got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius out here with the Seven of Swords in reverse. You got fire. Got a lot of fire out here. A lot of fire. All right. And you got water out here. But yeah, you can be any sign though, because all of them out here. But you got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands, to the Page of Wands, to the Four of Wands. And somebody, like I said, this is like about a lot of lack. Okay, but this person, is possibly coming in kissing ass, but they may feel like it's too late, to say they're sorry. You know what I'm saying? But you could be ignoring this person. They could have been ignoring you, leaving you on red. Clarify ignoring. What's this ignoring about? The Wheel of Fortune. And you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck in reverse, Virgo energy. Pisces with this Wheel of Fortune. So somebody, is in a new cycle. You know what I'm saying? Um, good fortune, tables are turning, this is, decisive moments, you know what I'm saying, going on. Like this is like Queen Rising, like somebody in their winning season, Wheel of Fortune. Like they could have been, at the top of their game, you know what I'm saying, doing good, ignoring your calls, your texts, you know what I'm saying, taking their time getting back to you, you know what I'm saying, giving you the silent treatment and shit like that. But yeah. And I feel like this is because somebody was like in this person's ear too. Because you got the Magician in reverse to the Chariot in reverse. Like somebody was being very manipulative. You know what I'm saying? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn on some deception. You know what I'm saying? This would make somebody, you know, um, end up having trust issues. Like you end up having trust issues with this person is because of how they was playing the field while they, here over here making it rain. They was at the top of the wheel, at the top of their game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this person they had no sense of direction. You know what I'm saying? Give me some more on this ignoring with the Wheel of Fortune. Give me some more on this ignoring with the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune with ignoring. Give me some more on ignoring with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you got the Strength and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And for some of you, you could be ignoring this person. You know what I'm saying? And you in your winning season. But I feel like somebody sees you as somebody, very strong, very strong will, a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming obstacles. Or this is them. All right, Aries, Leo, Sag. You got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords in reverse to the High Priestess. Page of Cups in reverse. So yeah, somebody saw all through somebody possibly like being in somebody's ear. Yeah, somebody see, saw somebody being, immature, saw them as, being envious. You know what I'm saying? They could have had a lot of envy for people around them, trying to keep up, compete with friends and stuff like that, other people around them, lifestyles and stuff, trying to keep up with their boys and shit. Some, emotional vulnerability, like this person was refusing to be vulnerable, with their emotions. This is somebody that possibly, wanted you to express more to them how you felt about them than they did you, or wanted you to figure it out, or leaving you in your head, Nine of Swords, to guess or some shit like that. But this is could be recovering from some financial loss. Five of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, could be wanting some forgiveness for how they did you at a time, where you maybe have been going through some stuff yourself, but you were self-efficient. Like you didn't really ask this person for nothing, just being mindful of the fact that this person was, in their bag, you know what I'm saying? But not being, disrespectful and you know what I'm saying, um, playing in your fucking face about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This person had a lot of self-doubt. When people, go to what you call it when somebody what you call it when somebody when they use material things to overshadow some of the, the weak areas and going on with them, overcompensating. Yeah, clarify, dust it off. Clarify, dust it off. Yeah, 4 cups with the queen of the king of wands, king of swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody is possibly looking at, having to start over. They could be, not accepting any offers from anybody right now. They feel like you're not going to accept theirs. They got to, rethink how, strategize. Like somebody got to rethink, like somebody could have went back to their old way of doing something. You know what I'm saying? Or relied on that to help them, figure out who was the better, who was the best suitor, you know what I'm saying, or who they would choose, who out of these options, 9 of cups, I'm gonna be able to, to have on my team, to build and, move forward 10 of cups, 4 ones with. And I feel like now, somebody is, dealing with a missed opportunity, feeling like some type of disconnect. And could be, bored right now with things, that could be looking through old stuff, you know, because this person is holding the phone, like they could be, going through old things, you know what I'm saying, that they have laying around, like a photo album or something like that. Don't have to be, but with this 4 of cups and this king of swords in reverse, at the bottom of the deck is giving like somebody possibly is, dealing with some of the things that they know they brought on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they could feel like they're gonna have to re-strategize. Like somebody's having to rethink, exactly, what they were doing as to how they thought, it felt this was gonna get them to, like, going back to our old way of doing something to get a solution or to get an answer or to see, what comes of it. Clarify the 4 of cups. Because you could be rejecting offers right now. They feel like you're gonna reject theirs. Yeah. You got the 3 of wands to the 7 of cups. Like somebody know now what direction they want to go in. It could be planning, like strategizing, but somebody's willing to take a chance now. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, um, building that confidence to find that direction, to go in. Yeah, because this person, could see that you got a lot of options. Like they see that you got a lot of suitors with this 8 of cups. Yeah, 7 of cups and the queen of cups to the 6 of pentacles to the 8 of wands. Like somebody see that you got a lot of suitors, right? You could be rejecting offers, or they feel like you're gonna reject this because rejection is out here. They could feel like I said, it's too late to say they sorry, but they regret, they never said anything. Somebody regrets that they never said something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody regret that they went the route they went. You know what I'm saying? Somebody having to dust this shit out. Like they're gonna have to look at, how they went about doing something, to get this solution or get this goal, whatever goal they had in mind or whatever they thought, going this route was gonna get them. Like somebody now sees that they had it all wrong. This was just wishful thinking, that they thought, having more options, what I'm saying, was gonna get them, was gonna compare to a queen of cups. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? And they must have thought you was gonna keep just giving to them. But I feel like now this person seeing you in this light now, like somebody sees that you got a lot of suitors, you know what I'm saying? and not all of them may be somebody that you interested in, after what this person did. But I feel like, this is somebody that sees you as somebody, a divine feminine. You know what I'm saying? They see you as somebody very generous, very stable. And this is, eight of wands, like somebody possibly want to come in, or, whatever fruits of your labor, you've been looking for or praying for is coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like somebody want to take like some swift action now, and come in and give you this equal give and take. Because I feel like somebody thought, having all these other options was the best way to go. Like they was gonna be able to, I ain't gonna say have their cake and eat it too. Because I mean, apparently they could, you would still be around, but that's not the case. All right. But they see you as this queen rising. They see you, you got the glow up and all that stuff. You know, enjoying, where you at right now without them. And that's not how they saw things. That's not, you know what I'm saying? But they had an outdated view, of unrealistic goals, of how they're gonna get somewhere, because this person was unhealed in a lot of areas, especially emotionally and spiritually. This person had to disconnect, you had to disconnect from this person for them to reconnect with their spirit team and be able to hear and listen to their own inner voice. Chariot in reverse. This person was listening to other outside influences and stuff like that to, keep up with, other the way other people was living, what other people was thinking of them or expecting of them, or it wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they lost focus of that. Got bad habits at the bottom of the deck, cloud hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like drugs and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. See what I'm saying? And this is, somebody that probably lives for attention, or they were dealing with somebody like this. Make shit up for drama with that chariot in reverse. Like this is somebody that, will talk shit and, put in somebody's head, how they look, going this route or going over here doing this and being like this. Once they get over there, man, they go ahead, such and such and such and such, but at the end of the day, she not somebody cyber stalking, studying you, getting info. I mean, what's moving forward? Somebody like same shit, different day with somebody. Are you feeling this way with that person? It's the outcome moving forward. Because I feel like this person want to come towards you and they will. But I feel like, with the three of wands, this person probably feel like you're gonna reject their offer because I feel like it's too late. Or here in a day late, a dollar short. Ain't that a book? Anyway, moving forward, okay? Let's take expect moving forward. Somebody realizing they got some karmic friends they can't trust for one. You got the jackpot, unexpected windfall, right place, right time, big blessings coming in for you. And somebody going through a damn ego there because ego is in reverse. Somebody going through an ego there. This person, got a hurt ego, or or they let their ego get in the way of things. You know what I'm saying? But they going through an ego there. Let's see what's going on. Let me get y'all my angel number. Get your angel number collected, and we're gonna close out. All right. What's the angel number for this message from my collective, Holy Spirit, on the angels? What's the angel number for my collective in this message? 333. Potential. Angel whispers. Your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. The affirmation for this 333 is: my potential is infinite. I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good. Let me say that again. My potential is infinite. I use my strength to use as I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good. So keep that in mind. You can make your own affirmation for this angel whisper number 333, but look it up and come up with creativity. You know what I'm saying? Look up, make up your own affirmation for this to help you, you know, use it daily, morning, before you go to bed or whenever you rise. All right. But potential, it's what you use to reach your highest potential this year. So your change is to reach your highest potential. So perseverance is what got you here. So keep pushing, keep going. All right. But I'm in here collective. You guys make sure you hit the like, that subscribe on your way out. Until next time, I love you. Bye.